5 single-member LLC mistakes you should avoid. Do you have a single-member LLC? If not, do you want one? While there are a lot of advantages to running a single-member LLC, there are some pitfalls that you need to be aware of if you plan on using the structure. In this video, we will discuss 5 mistakes you should avoid because they can leave you with big problems down the road if not fixed immediately. We help entrepreneurs just like you to start their online businesses without dealing with complicated legal forms. We support startups like FBA, e-commerce, consultancy, software, marketing, estate, retail, management, investing, development, and sales. Startups are obviously confusing and frustrating, but you're not alone. We are here to assist. We could handle your paperwork so you can spend your time making more money and just do what you enjoy. So you can be your own boss, and I think that is the best thing ever, right? Ever since my squad and I have helped 7,236 plus entrepreneurs launch their firms, and our done-for-you service has 3,258 5-star Google reviews from clients who adore our speedy services. If you are facing any issues in this regard, click the link below in the description box to book a free call or email us at sam@molailaw.com. But before getting into the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you haven't yet. So without any further ado, let's start it. Getting a business started in the wrong state. When you have already decided that an LLC is the suitable business entity for you, the very next step is to choose where to incorporate it. You must know where to register it. Almost all of the time, the most significant part to do is to form a business in the state where you live and do business. Some business owners want to incorporate in other states like Delaware, Wyoming, or Nevada because they think it will be better for them in terms of taxes and law. This is logical for some big companies, but not for most small LLCs. So that's not a smart decision. When you incorporate your company in a state where it isn't centered, you have to tackle problems like keeping a registered agent in both the state where you actually reside and the state where you incorporate, filing paperwork in both states, and paying fees to both states. Funny? Not even. When time and money are considered, it's usually not a smart move for most LLCs. Most of the time, it is better to incorporate in the state where you live. Common mistakes that single-member LLCs make when filing taxes. Second thing is, most of the time, single-member LLCs make a lot of mistakes on their tax filings because they don't know or understand how various types of businesses are taxed in the US. Even though the point of a limited liability company is to minimize or get rid of companies' debts and protect against lawsuits, it is often not that easy. Every new business should talk to a licensed tax expert for help. Don't take this lightly or you would end up losing everything. So please be careful. A lot can be done by making an operating agreement, keeping good records, maintaining invoices for business expenses, and claiming the right things on tax returns. The final goal is to create a paper record that shows you have a separate legal entity that needs to be treated as such to avoid being dealt with as a disregarded entity. Not updating your operational agreement. Third mistake is most people who run a business write up an operating agreement and then just overlook it. This is not a good thing, right? To fix this common LLC mistake, you should make sure your operating agreement is always up to date. For example, if a member leaves the LLC and he or she wants to hand it over to someone else, the operating agreement might need to be changed to reflect this. You really would like to review and revise your operating agreement every so often to make sure that your LLC keeps running in line with the state law and any modifications you make to it. Even though it seems like such an extra effort, keeping your operating agreement up to date. But it is important to ensure your business operates as smoothly as possible, just like what you want, right? Failing to keep your company and private funds completely separate. Among the most typical LLC mistakes is not keeping your money separate. To stay safe financially and legally, you really have to keep your business and personal money apart. You really have to. That tends to mean you should not only keep your personal and business funds separate, but you should also keep your personal and business bank accounts totally separate. Suppose you wouldn't maintain your company's finances separate from your personal finances. In that case, you might end up losing the security of limited liability status, which would place your personal assets at risk. And if you're inspected by the IRS, not having clear boundaries between your finances can make the IRS wonder if you're a tinkerer or an actual business owner. And that is a terrible thing, right? So make sure you avoid it. Are you thinking about starting your businesses from scratch? Check out my previous video, How to Legally Start a Business in 7 Steps, after you're done with this one. Picking a terrible name. What makes a name terrible? One that has been used already. Just do a little research before you pick a name for your business. Under existing business, you can look for business names that are already in the use in South Carolina or any other state, which is a big help. A new company can't register a name in South Carolina that really isn't grammatically distinct from an existing registered name. You could also check the US Patent and Trademark Office's trademark database to see if the name you're considering is already being used somewhere else. The last thing you can do is do a comprehensive and detailed Google search for the title you would like to use. Your name is important because you can get in deep shit if you accidentally break somebody else's trademark. Horrible, right? If someone makes a claim over your name and you want to protect your right to use it, the case can be expensive and take a lot of time. So it will affect you badly as a single member LLC. And even if you end up deciding to drop the name, rebranding your online and offline presence will cost time and effort. Worse than, you will have lost the reputation and brand image you built up in your society over the years. So make smart decisions. If you do any of these things wrong, your LLC might not set up right. Even worse, you might be permanently shut down. So it would be best if you stayed away from them at all costs. So consider taking your time and make sure you don't make any of the above mentioned mistakes. Do what you need to do to set up your single member LLC the right way. Always talk to experts like lawyers for more assistance and to make sure you're doing things correctly. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. Don't forget to subscribe when you're finished watching. What mistakes did you make as a single member LLC? Do let us know in the comments down below so that others can avoid those mistakes. Bye-bye. Until next time, cheers.